So leading on from my presentation about what medical exam tutor is, in this short presentation I'm going to talk about the process and how we went about developing it. So I have the same conflict of interests as I showed in the last presentation. So what I want to do here is really talk about the process that we went through, and probably less than perfect, but it gives you a kind of warts and all view of how we went from nothing to an international launch. So we started using simulated patients that were presented really in a lecture theatre with final year medical students to provide some practical training in some of the skills that they could expect when they're junior doctors. And we found that they liked this training, so our evaluation was quite well received. And if you want to read more about this, I've provided the reference there. So that was really the genesis, is that we could see that actually videos of standardized patients actually seem to work and seem to engage with the students. But by presenting them on the screen, it didn't have all of the time and the effort that's required for a real standardized patient. So the first thing we did was conduct a feasibility study. So we raised some money and we got matching funds from a government grant. And the purpose of the feasibility study was just that, to actually evaluate whether it was feasible, whether it was viable to make our idea. So we did an initial build of the product, we got some user feedback on it, we did some market research, we kind of developed a commercialization plan. And the idea was to demonstrate to the funder, to our investors, that actually there might be something in this. We might actually be able to produce a product that would make money. And actually we found this very helpful. So it helped us to decide what works, what didn't work, and so that when we expanded this to something a bit more than a feasibility study, we tried out some things and we had an idea of what to do next and how we wanted to go about building the product. So after the feasibility study, we got some more investors, we got some more grant money, and then we developed a beta version of the product, and we launched this. We advertised it. We advertised for people to participate, and we got 300 medical students and tutors to participate. And we had a kind of promotional part. There was a website, and then we had at this point we had a front end. So this is what the user sees, where the patient is presented to them. But the other big issue was a functional back end, so that we could upload our materials to the site so that it's available there for users. And actually the back end is just as important as the front end. As we found out with the earlier version, it was quite very, very time consuming to upload the cases, but we streamlined that a bit and made it easier. So the main thing from this beta testing was we showed that the product was stable enough so it could have hundreds of participants on it at the same time and didn't crash. We had some bugs, there's also some issues raised, but by and large it seemed to work. They seemed to like it, and it's also proved to be quite a good marketing opportunity, where we got people from all over the world to have a look at this product. So we continued developing, we continued adding content, making refinements to the software. We conducted some focus groups with users to see what they felt it needed in order to improve, in order to deliver on their needs, how much they might pay for this, obtain more money, and then we began to develop and execute our marketing strategy for how we were really going to market this product. And then so we launched the product, the first final version of the product, in September 2014. So that took maybe 2 years and about 4 months from nothing to product launch, and that was an awful lot of work in that time to get it to that point. So that's where we are now. If you want some more information on it, or if you want a free trial to Medical Exam Tutor, you can access it there from the web link. Thank you.